One. Welcome back, guys, to Skylanders Giants. So today, I still have my co-host here with me.
Hello.
Don't know how
TJ95, I mean.
Alright.
Sorry. Oh, hi. It's nice to meet you.
Alright, let's switch out from Ninjini to somebody else this time. Let's go for the only character I haven't shown in this Let's Play so far.
Yeah! No gold, no glory!
No gold, no glory himself. He's still my lowest level character in the series.
How nice.
Are you ready to head down and find that robot?
Yeah, man, Ark Survival is just... I'm just looking at Ark Survival Revolved, and I'm realizing wow, it's a massive, massive game. Like, is that I don't know if that's 145 gigabytes, but that says something else.
That's probably it with the updates, which is still only slightly bigger than FNAF Security Breach.
Yeah, but Security Breach got down like a lot after you know what.
The giant patch.
Yeah.
Yeah, somehow they managed to cut out 40 gigabytes, yet still left all the unused content untouched. That's just how much unused content there is in the game. They're all the found unused content at the time would still been untouched.
Click here to begin exploring your queue. What? Oh, sorry, I'm looking at this Steam thing, and now apparently I can explore my own queue. And it just opens Slime Rancher.
Oh god, we got Ice Chompies.
Everyone's having waiting for my queue.
Oh fuck, we got Ice Physics.
That was really nice of you. Most people just ignore me.
Ice Chompies, yay!
Because they are afraid of
They are
ghosts.
annoying though.
I don't mean to.
Yeah, the ice level in general is
I'm just
annoying.
cold and lonely.
Okay,
out
this
here.
is
I used
just
to live inside a
upsetting.
giant robot.
You know this
Machine
farming
Ghost.
simulator? Now there's
I was the giant
construction
robot.
simulator.
But I was abandoned.
You'll
You
find
can
there's a lot
ride
of simulators.
an actual cat.
You talk about Stray.
No,
Have you ever seen or played Stray?
no.
Because
Well, seen it. Yes, seen it. It's a beautiful.
it's also
Comes with a game.
it's also just a lot deeper than you'd think it'd be.
Oh.
Alright, well I'd switch to Ninjini, but since we're on ice, I'm gonna use Spyro. Just so you can fly above the ice.
And you don't actually have to slip around like a loser.
No, you still slip around, just less. Because
Like
flying
you
is still just
slip
slippery to begin with.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, flying has some little bit of slipperiness to it already.
Interesting.
But I mean, look at this place.
It looks decent, I guess. Just snowy.
Imagine how the background would look if it wasn't stuck at 4 HP on the Wii. It would probably
looks
look.
cool to an extent.
It would probably
Just
look
very-
amazing.
On the Xbox, I can't really remember what it looked like. It just looks the same, I guess. Kind of. Just snowy. Is that snow? I can't tell. It looks like ice.
It was supposed to be like the Aurora Borealis.
Ah, a giant ice block.
That was a horrible representation.
It is very cold.
Yeah, a giant
Why does
ice
this
block.
section look so
You can't
familiar?
melt it. Watch this.
Because it's kind of like the DLC pack from Spyro's Adventure as well.
Take the crystal using that lever.
No, this one spot, look, this whole level reminds me of like the final area of the game. I don't know why.
I think they use a lot of the same assets they use there for, but like freezing and that. Noodles!
I don't know who Noodles is.
Evil Ice Master! Oh, you'll pay for this!
You went silent, which means it's a bad thing.
Uh-oh. We've upset Noodle.
I think
Hello?
Noodles is from the DLC packs from Spyro Adventure as well.
Ever since I was
But I can't remember
Oh.
which one of the 4 it is.
It's not evil. Or anything.
I think Spyro and Banjo could make a good game.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, Spyro is already a collectathon, so... Or at least, he was for a while, and then it became an RPG.
Now you're gonna destroy Snowman too!
Yeah, Spyro the Dragon became an RPG for 3 games.
Master! Call
That's so good!
It wasn't turn-based though, it was
Snowman
action RPG.
I see.
But since it was like a brawler RPG, it means you had like nothing to work with until later in the game. Like
Making
combo
it
wise and
absolutely
that.
pointless, basically.
What's down here?
Oh, I need to stretch some more!
Alright, what's up here then?
Damn, like, save this chair for some time!
Evil Ice Master rises again. You will be punished.
Oh, stretching.
Evil Ice Master. Who do you think that is?
Who?
The Evil Ice Master.
I guess someone who ministers the ice, or someone who just was a wizard of powerful ice magic. The people respecting him.
Yeah, you're right, it was chaos. It's always chaos. It's just always chaos.
Wow, so he's just got every title to exist.
Yes.
Like, that helps.
Chaos can use every magic.
Does he
can
actually
use
know every magic?
He can use every element in Trap Team and Imaginators.
Of
But
course he
he's
can.
even got his own element. It's called the Chaos element.
Of course he does. Like you say, he makes accidental wins.
Yeah, the Chaos element is only used by Chaos, and it's only used in Trap Team for the Chaos Crystal, because of course that exists.
Of course.
Superchargers for his DLC move,
Don't worry.
for his DLC cup where you could play as him,
Yeah.
and Imaginators for his actual figure. Because he got an actual figure in Imaginators
More ice ogres.
that you could buy with money. Because I think Activision really likes money.
I wonder what gave that away.
Well, considering that Skylanders 1 made $1 billion by itself. Although, by Skylanders 5, they just weren't selling enough to keep it going. But Skylanders 6 was already so far in production, they said, look, we're not going to cancel this one, we've spent too much money on it. But if this doesn't do well, then we're cancelling the series. And then it proceeded to not do well.
Oh, well, no, that's just upsetting and
I mean,
depressing.
the gimmicks of each game were getting weaker and weaker every time.
Question, have you heard of a game called Stickman Fights?
Stickman Fights. I think I've heard of it, but...
Stickman Fights. It's a ridiculous game where you've got horrible, like, physics. Your character has horrible physics, and you gotta kill the other opponents who also join you. There is something called Spider Hack. That's the name of Spider Hack.
Seriously?
It's the same thing, but you're all spiders, and it looks ridiculous. It's free for the weekend. It's just on Steam. It's gonna end in like a couple of hours. It's not fun playing it, but I just find it hilarious. Like a game just called Spider Hack.
I really want to go into the Slava section, but I don't have a Fire Skylander, so I have to fuck off.
What a way to say that. I don't have this, so I'm just gonna fuck off.
To be fair, that's what it feels like, this saying.
Fair enough, I guess. I guess if you feel so offended by it, we might as well, right? Right?
Yeah. Fun fact, so the 3DS version of Spyro's Adventure came with Stealth Elf, somebody else, and Dark Spyro. But what's weird is that Dark Spyro was actually a stat buff regular Spyro in the 3DS version. But if you played him on consoles, he was just Spyro, but with a new skin.
Well, that's just sad.
It is, yeah, but it's also... There's a canon reason why he goes dark in the games. It's like, he managed to master all types of magic, but it had an evil side to it and he turned dark. But Eon managed to help him get past it, meaning canonically Dark Spyro is the last Spyro. But it's like,
yeah,
with
always comes back.
Yeah, but with the Swap Force Dark Pack, they accidentally came across some evilized crystals, which made some of the Skylanders go dark. But Spyro was able to help them get past their abilities, or get past the darkness. And then in Trap Team, some characters just came across Dark Traptanium, and that's it.
Dark Traptanium.
Yeah, and so they became dark. But there's no further explanation then. Oh yeah, they just figured out how to get beyond being dark. That's it. That's all the explanation you need.
It's simple, I guess.
Yeah.
To an extent.
There's just no other explanation other than, oh yeah, they just got out of it. But that Dark Stars pack is also how you got the Chaos Trap, because you could not buy it separately.
Oh.
I'm surprised they didn't sell, like, blind bags of traps, you know?
What do you mean?
They didn't actually sell any blind bags of traps, they all came in individual cardboard boxes you could look at.
Oh.
But when you get to Imaginators, for the Imaginites, they actually have, like, loot boxes you could buy in real life.
What do you mean?
The literal treasure chest that give you random Imaginator parts that you could buy in real life.
That is... Why does it sound so depressing to me?
Well, because they also knew people weren't gonna buy them. They said, fuck it, we'll just make in-game purchases.
Like, that will always help the issue.
Yeah, Skylanders Imaginators has in-game purchases.
That is pathetic.
A Skylanders
I'm not gonna
game
lie.
has in-game purchases.
I know. It's also a game that you paid for. It's like buying an EA Sports game.
You have to buy an EA
sorry.
Sports game. You buy an EA Sports game, you have to buy the ability to get past the start button.
God, EA Sports is just
Terrible.
disgusting. It is disgrace. If you work for EA Sports, you're disgusting.
Well, no, it's the higher-ups of EA Sports that are the problem, not the employees.
Still, I don't care if it's the employees or not. Like,
It's like,
I
you
don't
really
like
should care, because it's reasons like that that leads to the higher-ups getting away with everything. Because everybody just blames it on the employees and not the higher-ups.
well, I'm not like blaming them. Just haha, that's all their fault. Blah 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 blah. I'm just saying, like, why do you guys still work for them? Like, come on, man.
You know that, like,
At least,
getting into gaming jobs is a very, it's a very niche. You gotta find the right studio that can even take you to begin with. It's
If
like
you
what a
have
lot of people say. Joey Drew Studios. That place has just been a mess.
a mess. That's a
Yeah,
mess.
but people still have to work there because they need to live. You know.
Yeah.
It's not easy breaking away from a video game company when you specialize in making video games.
Not to mention, the indie companies always just like, yeah, you got no choice.
Basically. So, I can see why some people are kind of stuck working for who they are in the gaming industry.
It's just like, since you've got the indie companies, unlucky when it comes to like references and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
because
like,
I mean, like, what are you supposed to say? I helped make this one game that sold 5 copies.
yeah. Unless if you're like, if you come from EA Sports, you've got like a good reference there.
Yeah, but
That's
even
EA
then,
fault.
do you really think EA are gonna let you leave?
All right.
No, not really. Not in a million years. I'm sorry.
I think like the
yeah.
studio that has made the most improvements has been Insomniac. Because at one point the head guy was screaming, "Hey, if you don't work weekends, you don't have a future here." But now they've got things that are so lax that you can take a week off and it not be a problem.
Well, yeah, that solves that issue.
Of course, they did that because the reason they had to change it was because they're a studio who still believe in yearly releases.
I still hate that. Like, I don't mind waiting for a game.
I know, it's just Insomniac have like
It's
5
for
different
6
games all going at
years
once. We remember Insomniac are the people who are making games like Spider-Man, the Spider-Man game, Ratchet and Clank, the new Wolverine game. So it's like, in some scenarios, they can't delay a game. Because like they'll be working with Marvel or something. Even with Ratchet and Clank, every game, basically every game beyond the first game was pushed through development hell. Because each game only got like a year or 2 of development.
Games need to take their time. There's no point on rushing it, or else the game's not going to come out well.
Yeah, but do you know what's even worse for Ratchet and Clank?
But
They made one overpromise to Sony saying, "Oh yeah, we'll put co-op in the new game," and that one decision led to a spiral effect that ended up affecting the whole studio.
Why?
Well, you see, because they didn't end up adding in co-op to that new game, which was the first PS3 game, they had to make it up to Sony, so they had to make a mini PS3 and a PSN game, right? Being Quest for Booty. But because of that, that cut into the development of the third Ratchet & Clank Crack in Time, but they hoped of using Quest for Booty as a way to get through pre-production of Quest for Crack in Time. But that didn't work, because why the fuck would that work? Using one game to get through pre-production for another game. That just wasn't going to work, so that ended up meaning that A Crack in Time was understaffed, and its schedule went from 2 years to 1 year.
You know, that's not the first time a company's promised. Like, recently Minecraft has done a lot of that.
Over-promising.
So,
I know, it's just because of this.
They promised something and it never got released.
I know, but it's because of this over-promising to Sony that we ended up with things like I said, the first PS4 game, the second PS3 game, A Crack in Time, is very undercut and has a lot of content cut. It aims for 60 FPS, but it can't even handle that because the team just didn't have the time to make 60 FPS work for the game. And then you go to the next game in the series that was made by the main Insomniac team, the PS4 game, and that game was finished, get this, 15 months before the game came out.
Like, what the hell were they doing for the next 15 months?
That's the thing. The reason it didn't come out for an extra 15 months was because of the movie that was coming out that got delayed.
Oh, so they had time to, like, refine it.
They had time to refine it, yes, but because it wasn't in the original development document, the game just kind of sat there, finished, and they couldn't do anything about that because they'd already moved on to the next project thinking the game was going to come out at that time.
That is so annoying, but also, like...
It isn't their fault this time because the movie studio delayed the movie by a year. A whole year. And the game just sat there, in warehouses, done, for 15 months.
Nice job. You
Should have just released it without sending a trailer. Just no nothing. Just release it. End of.
But they couldn't because of the contracts they signed. Because the contracts they signed with the movie studio. Now, they had been wanting to make this movie for so long that by the time they finally got to make the movie ended up being the problem with the game's development.
I now have complete control of my body again. It truly has been a pleasure being your friend. Are we?
So it's like, what were they meant to do in this scenario? They could only leave a small team behind because...
Have you come here?
Do you know what the team had moved on to at that point?
I've been.
What?
A little game called Spider-Man.
Hear me, but these Skylanders need our help getting into the
course.
And you don't piss off Marvel.
Let's get to it.
Sounds good to me.
Because if they just ditched Spider-Man PS4 to work on Ratchet and Clank for a bit, they would have pissed off Marvel and probably lost the license.
Of course.
So it's like, what are they meant to do? The only Ratchet and Clank game to ever receive a delay that I know of was the one that just came out, Rift Apart. Where they were forced in a position where they had to delay the game because they just had no idea what they wanted to do with the game at the time. And they only had like 9 months left before the game was intended to come out, so they delayed it behind the scenes.
Creeping me out.
Like that would have helped.
It did. It helped a lot.
But sir,
It helped a lot. The game found some direction, the story issues were worked out, and the gameplay was refined.
best friends.
Oh, yay! Victory to an extent.
Yeah, but it's like, thing is, as well, the engine for Spider-Man PS4
The captain gives
is
the word.
built on the engine for Ratchet and Clank PS4.
Oh,
But
is that good or bad?
thing is, that engine was made in, get this, the whole PS4's Ratchet and Clank game was made in, right, you listen, 10 months.
All right, let's do it.
Oh.
Yeah, 10 months, and the game was sitting around for 15 months after it had been finished.
No problem. Just stop anytime when you're
Because they couldn't touch the game because of contracts.
such strength.
Sometimes I would have eaten some contracts out the window at that point. I'm not kidding. That was a
Yeah,
dumb
they
out.
kind of regret making that movie because of what happened there.
I can tell.
But they'd spent 15 years trying to get this movie greenlit.
I am one prize.
And when they finally got it greenlit, it became the thing that ruined the studio's game.
That's so sad.
It is,
so
yeah.
sad.
And even then, like, the only reason they could get it done in 10 months is because it was a remake of the first game on PS2. But the files they had for the PS2 games were so old they were incompatible with the modern technology. But they managed to get a different studio who made the PS3 games to get the levels to work in the PS4 engine they had built.
Skylanders proud.
But so because of that, they could put the PS2 levels in the PS4 game, touch them up a little bit, and call it a day.
All right, let's do it.
That's kind of sad.
It is, but they had no other choice.
So, gay companies are just... I don't know, I feel like some companies have just lost their touch, you know?
And then you got Naughty Dog over there taking 7 years for a game to come out, and then it'd still be bad.
Hey! Yeah, you know what, actually gonna come back to that. Yeah, that's your point. There's nothing I can say there. Yeah, fair enough.
It's happened every time they take long to make the last game in a series, you know? I mean, they spent so long working on Jack and Daxter, The Lost Frontier, that they weren't allowed to work on it anymore and had to hand it off to a different studio who fucked up the game.
What a nice thing, am I right? Imagine
And then
giving
for
yourself a
Uncharted, Uncharted 4 had some development issues because it was just kind of rushed, while still taking forever to come out.
Hey, looks like
I swear to God, Hollow Knight Silk Song better be worth it. I've waited 5 years for this. I'm not kidding. I'm gonna go sick.
And you're still waiting even longer.
You know what's so funny? A few years ago, we made a meme about the Queen. Imagine the Queen dying before Silk Song. The Queen. And then someone said the same meme saying, "Oh no, oh no." The realization the Queen actually did die before Silk Song.
That's just how long Silk Song is taking to come out. And then you got us Sonic fans.
It was supposed to be a joke.
And then you got us Sonic fans over here with our yearly releases from 1999 to 2006 to 2015.
You wanna fight? I will fight you. I know where you live.
I know, it's just Sonic games were coming out yearly from 1991 to 2015.
Lucky.
No, not lucky, because it meant we got games like Sonic 06 and Sonic Boom
Well-
Rise of Lyric.
At least you still got a game. Don't you think that's at least something?
Yeah, but Sega's still recovering from Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric.
They're recovering
8
from
years
Sonic
later.
Forces. Come on, man.
8
I'm not
years later, they're still financially recovering from it. It was that bad.
What's depressing? That is actually depressing stuff.
It was gonna be a good game as well, and then they kind of forced it to be a Wii U exclusive.
Oh.
But because it was a Wii U exclusive, the engine the crew made the game on, can't remember what it was, CryEngine, there we go, wasn't compatible with the Wii U, so they had to force it to work on the Wii U.
Did it work?
It did not work. On day one, Knuckles was flying by jumping, doing a ground pound, and then pausing the game and doing it over again.
That is weird.
That allowed Knuckles to fly.
Hey, at least it's something, right? Like, good bug, flying, skip sections.
It also had like 3 frames per second at some points.
Okay. You know what I hate
Yeah.
about this one section? I'm sorry, but like, you can't go on the balcony.
Rock and roll.
It's there, but you just cannot go on it. What's the point?
I don't know. I'm just gonna level up my characters and I'm gonna call it an episode.
Yep.
Oh fuck, can't upgrade these two. Let's see, the weakest character in the game I've got so far. Can we upgrade you in any way?
Trigger happy! Yeah! He's not gonna get his rock until like later, isn't he?
That's
like
the
we-
Series 3, I got Series 1.
Oh wait, does he not get it?
No, he doesn't get it until his third series.
Oh, well, yeah, I know that. I mean, like, yeah, we're gonna wait until Swap Force until he gets it, right?
Yes, Swap Force. He gets it in Swap Force, but you have to buy Series 3.
Oh, okay. I had the Easter Trigger Happy and the regular Trigger Happy. So, like, you know.
Yeah, no.
Flexing. Flexing.
Alright, let's see if Gilgrunt's got anything going for him.
Fear the fish.
Well, his voice is so much less gargled than in the previous game. Kinda wish they kept that filter.
Still awesome. Ooh. Get every upgrade you can. Just upgrade him to his maximum.
I'm going to, don't worry.
Wishes.
Good.
Oh yeah, Ninjini's catchphrase is "Any last wishes." Get it, cause Genie.
And Ninja.
Alright, well, just gone through all those, couldn't upgrade a single person, so now I'm pissed. I'm gonna end the episode here, guys. See you in the next episode, and until then, take care. Bye!